Alright. Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all infinite honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Harakwakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, the great millstone who rule and teach well, and to the other Akim, pushing his truth into the four winds. Keep pushing, Akim. All right. I'm going to go straight into the lesson, and I'm going to start it off with an article. A town in Mexico survives entirely on money sent back by U.S. migrants. In Comachuan, uh, these words. I'm gonna try my best to pronounce it. In Comachuan, a Peripicha indigenous community of about 10,000 inhabitants nestled high in the pine-clad mountains of the western state of Michoacan. The town survives because of the money sent home by migrants working in the United States. That money, known as remittances, kept families fed after local woodworking sales dropped off a decade ago when pine lumber started to become source. The money has allowed their families to remain in Comachuan rather than moving to other parts of Mexico for work. That and the fact that kids spend much of the year with their mothers and grandparents has helped preserve the Pura Picha language among almost everyone in town. All right, now why am I bringing out this article? What does it have to do with the scriptures? It has everything to do with the scriptures because the chapter that we're going to visit, it goes into this. Now, I'm using this small town in Mexico, but there is, I'm talking about all over Arabia, all over Africa, all over Japan, all over China. People come over here to work and get paid because they get paid way more than they would get paid if they was to work at home. And these people are going to be in their home countries when they see America get destroyed. And it's going to have direct financial consequences and ramifications for those people because they're not going to be able to do the things that they've done. And it just go to show you how low level and how non-spiritual these other nations are. They're going to be worried about the money that's being lost versus the chariot that just scooped up and sucked up hundreds of thousands of people, millions of people out of the North Country, America, man. And that's why the Most High has to do everything that He has to do because this place has to be brought back into submission as it should be. All right, let's get into the scriptures. They worried about not being able to provide for their family, but you're gonna skip over the fact that chariot the size of a nation just came and scooped people up out of there, man. And y'all tripping on the fact that this place doesn't exist anymore. And that's why y'all are going to have employment continually in the kingdom, man. Continually, perpetually. We can start from the top. Revelation 18. And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lighted with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and hold of every foul spirit, and cage of every unclean and hateful bird. Now, this is after she's bombed, okay? For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. That means they was in bed with her. They dealt with her laws. They dealt with the systems, right? And they put that American Babylonian spirit upon their subjects. And the kings of the earth had committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. Okay, now to understand why these people come over here and they make so much money and send back home and able to run families and dynasties through coming over here and working, you have to look into how the financial system is set up with the American dollar being the world trade currency, world reserve currency or whatever. Let's just say you go to China, they use yen. All right, $1 equals so many yen. All right, so it's like after they come and they make these American dollars, and then they go to the currency exchange and get it converted into their country's money. It's way more, and it goes way further. All right, so they're able to do way more. They really live good over there because of the money that they make over here. This is like their trap house. Okay, I'm gonna drop down to verse 7. How much she have glorified herself and lived deliciously. That's talking about the financial system. This place is the richest place on the country. They control everything. All right. Americans have never gone hungry, so for the most part. America don't know what hard times is. So much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. Therefore her plagues come in one day, death, mourning, and famine, and she shall be burned, utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord Yahweh who judgeth her. And this is talking about going into JT and ultimately her being burned up. All right, but I'm not dealing with that. I'm dealing with the people that deal with her on the financial level. Verse 9. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. How are they going to see the smoke of her burning? Because CNN, Fox News, Al Jazeera, RTTV, Instagram, Metaverse, I mean, all of these different social medias and news stations are going to be showing those missiles coming down and destroying America. It's going to have satellite views. It's going to have drone views. It's going to have views from behind enemy walls, so to speak. It's going to have views that was captured within America, that's sent into the cloud and able to be published, to the other lands or whatever. But they're going to see this act happening, and they're gonna be sad, like damn, you know. And not just for monetary purposes. They're going to be amazed that America the Great has been destroyed, and it also goes to show that how Hellenized they are. All right, you over there in your own country, and you are sad as hell because you feel like a part of you died with it, and that's because you are a good servant, and we're going to make you people the way you feel about Esau, and the way you beheld him behind her fall. That you're gonna give us that same energy. You're gonna love us. Y'all are gonna be coons toward us, man. Y'all are gonna be very, very, very good, devout, and faithful servants. Matter of fact, you're gonna have it better under us than you have it under Esau. All right, that first 1,000 years is gonna be rough as hell. I can tell you that. All right, let's keep reading. Standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, the great city of Babylon, mighty city, for in 1 hour thy judgment come, and the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her. See, they keep reiterating this, and you can't make this up. The majority of the stores that's located in the inner cities, they're all foreigners. If a Jake wants to go to the store, a Jake is either going to deal with a Moabite, an Ammonite, an Ishmaelite, and sometimes where I live, sometimes a Hamite. All right, I know up north, I know even so-called Puerto Ricans, they have stores or whatever. They call them bodegas or whatnot. But I don't really speak on things that I haven't experienced firsthand. But I know that they have them or whatnot. But where I'm at, you're gonna be definitely dealing with other nations to purchase things, and not just that. These American countries are owned by other people. Other people have more interest in these American companies than the Americans do because these people, businesses are publicly traded. So, I mean, Wall Street, all of that. They're gonna be thinking about all of these things. They're gonna be thinking about money in a time where power is being shifted over. But I mean, they low level. It's clearly talking about the other nations. They low level, and at the end of the day, Jacob and Esau is the star of the show, and everybody else are just extras. So when Esau gets his ass put in line, everybody else going to be put in line too. All right. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore. The merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones and of pearls, fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet and Thyine wood, and all manner vessels of ivory, and all manner vessels of most precious wood, and of brass, and iron, and marble, and cinnamon, and odors, and ointments, and frankincense, and wine, and oil, and fine flour, and wheat, and beasts, and sheep, and horses, and chariots, and slaves, and souls of men. All right. And the fruits that thy soul lusted after are departed from thee, And all things which were dainty and goodly are departed from thee, and thou shalt find them no more at all. The merchants of these things, which were made rich by her, shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing. Right? You're gonna be weeping and wailing, man. No more money, no more bag. And they also realize that there's gonna be a big change, and they're gonna be in fear. They're definitely gonna be in fear, but they know that a certain position that they held in Esau's kingdom, they know that position is permanently eradicated, and they also know the change that's coming with the power that we coming with. All right, and that's why they're going to be weeping. All right, for in 1 hour, so great riches is come to naught, and every shipmaster and all thy company and ships and sailors, and as many trade by sea stood afar off. Now that's talking about those vessels that carry the those crates that's on the back of the 18 wheelers that they make those bunkers or whatnot out of. It's talking about those. All right, it's talking about the ships that have thousands of those. That's the supply ships. That's the ships, when you're dealing with trade or whatnot. So they're gonna be looking. They're gonna be like, "That's fucked up. It's really gone. America is really gone." And cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, "What city is like unto this great city?" All right. And they cast dust on their heads and cried, weeping and wailing, "Alas, alas, the great city wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness, for in 1 hour she is made desolate." And so it's going to be no more trade. All right. And they understand that those trade routes are never going to be used again, because you got to realize this: they're looking at a nuclear bombed piece of land. America, the whole place is going to be lit the fuck up. This whole place is going to be lit up from coast to coast, from New York to Cali, from the bottom of the map to the top of the map, and they know that it's going to be unrepairable. All right, I mean, they just know that change is going to come, but they, like I said, they're going to miss that money. They're going to be thinking about their families, but they're going to get put to work, man. Let's see if I want to bring anything else up. And the voice of harpers and musicians and of pipers and trumpeters shall be heard no more at all in thee. All right, no more R&B, no more rap music, no more bullshit, no more Christmas music, no more of that oh, say can you see, none of that, man. All right, and no craftsman of whatsoever craft he be shall be found any more in thee, and the sound of a millstone shall be heard no more at all. All right. So when she is gone and when she's destroyed, the other nations are gonna be patting their pockets, man. They're gonna be like, it's not gonna get fatter no time soon. All right. And I just really wanted to touch on that article when I read that article, even though it's talking about, Ishmaelites, which are Israelites, and just thought about it, whatnot, how their whole community is financed off of work over here in America, man. And how sad that community would be if they are not spiritual people when America gets destroyed. All right. And with that, I want to give all infinite honor, praises, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Harakak Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, a great millstone who rule and teach well. And to the other Akim, pushing the truth into the four winds. Keep pushing, Akim. Om Yasharala, Abal.